Hello and welcome back to The Deep Dive. It is great to have you with us.
It's good to be here.
We're doing something a little bit different today, and honestly, I think it's something a lot of us really need right now. We are looking at a stack of material that is, well, it's pulling double duty.
That's a great way to put it. Usually, we're diving into history or tech or something like that. We look at the what and the how.
Right.
But today, we're looking at a guide that's designed to help you master your daily routine while simultaneously, and this is the really clever part, helping you master the English language.
Exactly. It's a fascinating combination, isn't it? So if you're listening and you want to get more productive, we've got you covered.
Yep.
And if you're listening because you want to sharpen your English vocabulary, your speaking skills, we have also got you covered. It's a really unique approach.
It's a total two birds, one stone situation. And I think for our listeners who might be non-native English speakers or, even people who just want to communicate more clearly, this is going to be a gold mine.
I love those two bird scenarios.
Yeah.
Efficiency is key. So let's look at what we actually have in front of us.
Okay.
We're doing a deep dive into a script expansion, and it's specifically titled Episode 1, Escaping the Blur.
Escaping the Blur.
And this comes from a series called 2026, Your Turn to Win.
Your Turn to Win. I like the optimism in that title.
It is optimistic, but it also kind of implies that maybe you haven't been winning lately, right?
That is a fair point. It implies a change, a shift.
A shift, yeah.
And just to, set the scene for everyone listening, this source material places us in the future, specifically the year 2026.
Right, at the start of a new year.
Exactly. And the central theme here is moving from a state of just surviving, just getting through the day, to actually choosing what you do with your day.
Which sounds great on paper. Choose your day. It sounds like something you'd see on a motivational poster.
In a dentist's office, yeah.
But in reality, it's so much harder than it looks, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's much harder. And I think that's why the source material is so interesting. It doesn't just give you the slogan. It breaks down the mechanics of why we fail to choose our day.
The format is really interesting, too. It's a dialogue. Two characters, Mary and John. But it also has these AI brother production notes.
The AI brother.
Yes, this sort of mysterious AI brother character who seems to be the director or the teacher behind the scenes.
Okay.
And these notes give us the why behind all the teaching methods. So we're going to look at the story, we're going to look at the vocabulary, and we're going to look at the method behind the madness.
And because this is geared toward English learners, we are going to adopt a specific pace for this deep dive. We're going to speak very clearly.
Yeah.
We'll try to avoid overly complicated jargon where possible. We really want this to be accessible.
So if you're used to us talking at like 2x speed, maybe slow down your podcast player today.
Or maybe not. Maybe we'll just be that clear.
We'll try our best. So if you are ready to clean up your routine and polish your English, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
The first concept we have to tackle is right there in the title, escaping the blur.
The blur.
I feel like I know exactly what this is without even defining it. You know that feeling? When you look back at the last year, let's say 2025, and someone asks you, hey, what did you do last year?
And you just blank.
You just go,
I existed, I think.
Exactly. I paid bills, I ate some food, I watched a show, but I can't remember which one. It's not a clear picture, it's just a fuzz.
That is precisely what the source material defines as the blur. In the script, the character John is asked about his 2025, and he admits, yeah, it was a blur.
And the definition is so simple.
It is. It's simple but powerful when things are not clear.
It's a visual metaphor, which I think is so important when we're learning a language, right?
Oh, they're essential. Our brains are just wired for images, not just, text on a page. And the source uses a great analogy for this.
The dirty window.
The dirty window. Imagine you're inside your house, you look out the window, there's a world out there. Trees, cars, people. But the glass hasn't been cleaned in months, maybe years. So everything is just shapes and colors. Nothing is sharp.
And that's exactly how our time feels when we aren't paying attention. It's just shapes and colors passing by. Tuesday looks like Wednesday, Wednesday looks like Thursday.
Exactly. And then, before you know it, it's December, and you're wondering where the year went. That's the blur. It's a lack of definition in your life.
Now, since we are wearing our language learning hats today, let's look at the word itself, blur. That's a funny little word, isn't it?
It is.
B-L-U-R.
It's one of those words that kind of sounds like what it means. It sounds soft, fuzzy.
Blur, yeah. And the source material actually emphasizes a specific technique here, which I found really interesting. They stop the story just to spell the word out loud.
Yes, and this is a very deliberate tactic from those AI brother notes.
So why do they do that? I mean, for a native speaker, spelling a four-letter word seems a little
basic, maybe?
Yeah, basic.
It might seem basic, but it's actually what you'd call a cognitive anchor. When you hear a word, it's fleeting, it's just sound. But when you spell it, you force your brain to visualize the letters.
Oh, I see.
You're turning the sound into an object in your mind.
So it helps you see the word.
Exactly. It just slows down the processing. So let's do that together, just like they do in the series. I want everyone listening to actually picture the letters. Imagine them written in the air in front of you.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm picturing them.
B-L-U-R.
Blur.
Did you see it?
I did. I pictured it in big, fuzzy, gray letters.
Perfect. That image is going to help you remember the word much better than just hearing it.
Now, the source material suggests another technique here. It's called the repeating pause.
The repeating pause. This is a big one for language learners.
It is. The whole idea is that the audio leaves a significant amount of silence, like a really long pause, to let you, the listener, actually say the word or the sentence out loud.
Which is so rare in podcasts. I mean, usually we're terrified of dead air. We think if we stop talking for 2 seconds, people will turn it off.
Or they'll think their headphones died or something.
Right. But for learning, that silence is where the work happens. It's where the processing happens. The source argues that if you just listen passively, you aren't really learning to speak. You're just learning to listen.
That's a huge distinction. I can listen to French all day, but that doesn't mean I can order a coffee in Paris.
Exactly. You have to move the muscles of your mouth. You have to bridge that gap between input and output, and that's what the repeating pause is for.
Okay, so we're going to try it. We're going to be brave and allow some silence here on the deep dive. The practice sentence from the source is, "My year was a blur."
It's a sad sentence, but a very useful one.
It is.
Okay.
Okay, let's try it. I'll say it, and then we will leave that space for you, the listener, to say it back to us. Say it out loud wherever you are.
Unless you're on a crowded train, maybe just whisper it.
Or say it loud and proud. Go for it.
Okay.
My year was a blur.
No,
My year was a blur.
you're too.
That feels intense. 10 seconds is a long time in podcast land.
It is. But did you feel that pressure to fill it?
I did. I really wanted to say something.
That psychological pressure is the point. It pushes the learner to act. It forces you to stop being a passenger.
And start driving the conversation.
Which is a perfect segue, actually.
Oh, I see what you did there. Because if our year was a blur, we have to ask why.
Right.
We don't just wake up and decide, I want to have a blurry year.
No, nobody puts have a blurry year on their New Year's resolution list.
So what causes it? And this brings us to section 1, the cause. The source gives us a very specific word for this, a word I think we're all guilty of.
Autopilot.
Autopilot. It's a word that's moved from, aviation into our daily lives.
It really has. In the source, they make sure to spell this one out, too, because it's a longer word.
Let's do it.
A-U-T-O-P-I-L-O-T. Autopilot.
Most people probably know this word from airplanes, right? The pilot hits a button, leans back, and the plane flies itself.
Right. It's a system to control the plane without constant hands-on control. It's designed for efficiency. It saves the pilot's energy.
But in the context of our daily lives, the definition changes a little. It becomes a bit darker.
Yeah.
The source defines it as being awake, but not choosing your life, just moving.
Just moving. Oof, that hits hard.
It does. It implies you're a zombie or something.
Well, think about the neuroscience for a second. Our brains love autopilot. Thinking is expensive. Making decisions burns glucose. It takes energy.
So the brain tries to automate everything.
Everything it can. Walking, autopilot. Chewing, autopilot. That daily drive to work, definitely autopilot.
That is so true. Have you ever driven home and then realized you don't remember the drive at all?
All the time. I pull into the driveway and I think, did I stop at the red lights? I hope so.
That's terrifying. But that is autopilot.
It is. You're physically present. Your eyes are open. You're reacting to the road. But the conscious you, the part of you with dreams and goals, is asleep.
The source material uses a metaphor here that I found actually kind of terrifying. It takes that driving idea and twists it.
The ghost driver.
Yes, the ghost driver. Mary, the character in the script, she says, autopilot is like a goat driving your car.
It is a striking image. It really belongs in a horror movie.
It really is. Imagine you're in your car. You're in the driver's seat, you're buckled in, but your hands aren't on the wheel.
They're just in your lap.
and the car is moving. Yep. It's turning left, it's turning right, speeding up, but you aren't doing it. A ghost is.
And this ghost isn't necessarily evil, it's just mindless.
Right. The ghost isn't trying to crash the car, but where is it taking you?
That's the scary part. The ghost is taking you to the places you've always gone. It's taking you to your habits.
So the ghost takes you to the couch to watch TV. The ghost takes you to the fridge to eat the same snack.
Exactly. The ghost doesn't know about your dreams. It doesn't know you want to learn English or get fit or write a book in 2026. The ghost only knows the past.
It only knows what you did yesterday.
So if you live on autopilot, you are literally doomed to repeat your past.
Wow.
If the ghost is driving, you're just reliving 2025 over and over again.
The source gives a very specific routine to illustrate this. And I have to say, I felt personally attacked by this routine. It was a little too accurate.
Let's hear it. The morning routine.
Oh, yeah. Here's the routine described in the script. You wake up, your eyes open, you immediately reach for your phone.
Yep.
You check notifications, you scroll, you get out of bed, you drink coffee, you go through the motions. And suddenly you look up and it's 10:000 p.m.
And the sun is down.
And you have no memory of what you actually accomplished.
That is the classic autopilot loop. And notice what the trigger is.
The phone.
The moment you open your eyes and let the world flood in through that little screen, you hand the keys to the ghost.
That's a powerful way to think about it. Checking your phone first thing is like handing your car keys to a stranger.
It is. Because when you look at your phone, you're looking at other people's lives. You're looking at news, at emails. You're immediately reacting to the world instead of setting your own intention for the day.
So you're letting the algorithm drive your brain before you've even had a chance to decide where you want to go.
Precisely. And once the algorithm, the ghost, has the wheel, it is very, very hard to get it back.
So I want to ask our listener right now, and I want you to be honest with yourself. Think about your morning today. Who was driving? Was it you? Did you choose your morning? Or was it the ghost?
It's an uncomfortable question.
It is. But if you can't remember the taste of your breakfast, or if you can't remember why you opened that app,
the ghost was driving.
And just realizing that is the first step. You can't kick the ghost out of the car if you don't even know he's there.
Exactly. Awareness is everything.
Okay, so we have the blur, that's the problem. And we have autopilot, which is the cause. But what does this actually look like in the moment?
Right, what does it feel like?
If I'm on autopilot, what am I actually doing?
This leads us to the second major concept from the source. This is the symptom. And the word for it is reaction mode.
Reaction mode.
Let's spell it following the source's methodology. It's a two-word phrase. R-E-A-C-T-I-O-N.
Reaction.
M-O-D-E mode. Reaction mode.
And the definition in the source is the state of only responding to what happens to you rather than initiating action.
Think about the difference between a tennis player serving the ball and a tennis player who is just scrambling to return the ball.
Oh, that's a good one. The server is in control. They take a breath. They bounce the ball. They decide where to hit it.
Right. They have a plan. They are initiating.
But the other person is just reacting. They're running left, running right, just trying to keep the ball alive.
Exactly. And most of us spend our entire lives scrambling to return the ball. We're just trying not to lose. We aren't really trying to win.
The source uses a few metaphors for this, and they are very modern. They really capture that feeling of digital overwhelm. The first one is a video game.
Yes. Life feels like a video game where you're just dodging obstacles. A fireball comes at you, you dodge. A pit opens up, you jump.
You're not exploring the level. You're not looking for the treasure.
No, you're just trying not to die. It's defensive living.
It is, and it's exhausting. And the second metaphor, oh boy, this one is annoying just to think about. The pop-up window.
P-O-P-U-P-S. Pop-ups. I remember the pain.
For our younger listeners who have ad blockers, they may not know the pain of the early internet, so explain the pop-up.
Okay, so imagine you're back in, say, 2005. You're trying to read an interesting article online, you're focused, suddenly, bam, a new window jumps in front of your face.
Click me, buy this, you won.
Hot singles in your area. Right. What happens to your attention in that split second?
It's gone. It's broken. Even if I close it instantly, my train of thought is just gone.
Exactly. Even if you close the pop-up immediately, your focus has been shattered. And the source argues that real life is now full of pop-ups.
A notification on your phone, that's a pop-up.
A coworker walking by and asking, "Got a minute?" That's a pop-up.
An email notification dinging on your laptop, pop-up.
Even your own brain reminding you that you need to buy milk, That's an internal pop-up.
And the source makes a critical point here. Every single pop-up steals your attention. It steals a little slice of your brain power.
And when enough attention is stolen,
The blur returns.
the blur returns. You cannot have clarity when you're constantly swatting away pop-ups. It's impossible to see through the window if people keep throwing mud at it.
There's a specific story in the source about the character John. He confesses something that I think is the most relatable line in the whole text. I think everyone listening is going to nod their head at this.
As tabs analogy.
Yes. John says, I had 47 tabs open in my brain last year.
47 tabs.
And he breaks it down. He says 46 of those tabs were just chaos.
Chaos.
Worrying about the news, worrying about money, watching cat videos, wondering what to eat for dinner, and only one tab. Just one little tab was his goal, learning English.
This is such a powerful way to visualize cognitive load. We all know what happens to a computer when you have too many tabs open.
Oh yeah, I do this to my laptop all the time. The fan starts spinning like a jet engine. It gets hot. The mouse starts lagging.
It freezes. It crashes.
Exactly.
And John says, no wonder I was tired. He wasn't tired because he did hard physical labor. He was tired because his RAM was full.
His mental RAM.
Yes. His operating memory was completely clogged with 46 tabs of garbage. So even though he wanted to learn English, the computer just didn't have the processing power to do it.
I think this explains why so many people fail at learning something new. It's not that they aren't smart.
No.
It's that they're running too many other programs in the background. You can't run high-performance software on a computer that's already crashing.
Absolutely not.
I think we should practice this sentence. It's a bit of a confession, but saying it out loud helps. It helps us admit the problem.
Agreed. The sentence is, I am living in reaction mode.
It feels heavy, but let's say it. We'll do the long pause again. Really feel the words.
Matt. I am living in reaction mode.
Your turn.
I am living in reaction mode.
It's a sobering admission, isn't it?
It is. But you know what? Admitting it is the first step to fixing it. You can't close the tabs if you don't admit that they're open.
You have to acknowledge the chaos before you can create order.
Precisely.
And that brings us to the solution. We've talked about the blur, the autopilot, the reaction mode. Now, how do we get out? How do we stop the ghost?
The source gives us a beautiful word for this. It's a word that feels mechanical, but also deeply forgiving.
Recalibrate.
Recalibrate.
I love this word. It sounds so scientific and in control.
It does. Let's spell this one because it's a bit longer. A sophisticated word.
Yeah, let's break it down.
Recalibrate. Recalibrate. And in the source, the character Mary breaks it down by syllables, which is very helpful for pronunciation.
Recalibrate.
Recalibrate.
So what does it mean? What's the core definition here?
To recalibrate means to adjust, to think the direction, to check your instruments and set them right again. It comes from the world of measurement. Like, if a scale is weighing things wrong, you have to recalibrate it to make it true again.
And the analogy they use in the story is the GPS. This is brilliant.
Yes. I love this analogy because it's so non-judgmental.
Tell me more about that. Why non-judgmental?
Well, imagine you're driving with a GPS. You're trying to get to a new place. You miss your turn. Maybe you were distracted. Maybe the ghost was driving. You miss the exit.
Okay.
What does the GPS do? Does it scream at you? Does it say, you idiot, you ruined the trip, go home, you're a failure?
Now, that would be a terrible GPS. Mine just says very calmly, recalibrating.
Exactly. It just calculates a new route. Recalibrating, it doesn't get angry, it doesn't give up, it doesn't judge you. It just finds the next best way to get to the destination from where you are right now.
That is such a healthier way to look at our mistakes.
Yeah.
Usually if I break my diet or skip my English practice, I beat myself up. I say, well, I ruined the day, might as well give up.
That's the all or nothing trap. But recalibration is different. The source says it is not about being perfect. It is about making a small correction.
So if you wake up and check your phone and you fall into the trap, you lose an hour to the scroll. You don't have to throw the whole day away.
No, you just recalibrate. You say, okay, that happened. I am closing that tab now. I'm putting the phone down. I am taking the steering wheel back from the ghost.
You just correct the course.
You correct the course, and you might have to do it 10 times a day.
That's the thing, right? It's not a one-time fix.
Not at all. You don't just recalibrate once in January and you're set for the year. You have to do it every time you feel yourself starting to drift.
The goal, as it's stated in the source for the year 2026, is don't let the day choose you, choose the day.
That is the mantra, choose the day.
It sounds simple, but it requires that constant recalibration. It's an active process. You're constantly closing those mental tabs that cause chaos so you can focus on the one tab that really matters.
Exactly. You are constantly fighting for control of your own attention.
Let's practice the solution sentence. This is the positive affirmation. This is what we want to say to ourselves when we catch the ghost driving.
I will recalibrate my day.
I like that one. It feels empowering, active. Okay, listeners, your turn. Don't just listen, say it.
I will recalibrate my day.
Your turn.
I will recalibrate my day.
Notice the future tense there. I will. It's a promise to yourself. It's an intention. Now, the source material does something very clever at the end of this section. Just when we think we have the answer, just when we think recalibration is the silver bullet, it teases what's coming next.
Yes, the plot thickens.
It says we can't fully escape the blur yet because there's a villain involved.
A mystery villain.
A villain that is secretly stealing our time.
We've hinted at it with the pop-ups and the autopilot, but apparently there's a root cause, a specific entity or habit that is the master thief of our time.
And they don't name it in this episode. They save it for the next one. But it's important to know that identifying this villain is key to the whole process.
It adds a bit of drama, doesn't it? It's like a detective story. Who stole my 2025? We have to find the culprit.
Exactly. Is it the phone? Is it laziness? Is it something else entirely? We don't know yet.
But we know he's out there.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Me too.
But before we get ahead of ourselves and try to solve the mystery, I want to take a step back. We've gone through the story, the blur, the ghost driver, recalibration. But I want to talk about how this was taught.
Yes, let's look at the structure, the meta layer.
We have these AI Brother production notes. Why did they design the episode this way? Why the spelling? Why the weird long pauses?
This is fascinating for anyone interested in how we learn, really. Not just languages, it's the science of learning.
Let's look at the spelling first. We talked about it with blur, but let's go deeper. Why stop the whole story to spell Autopilot? Isn't that boring?
It might seem slow to a native speaker, but for a learner, it serves two critical functions. First, it adds time.
Time to think.
Yes. It slows the pacing down so the brain can catch up. If we just talk, the learner gets overwhelmed, the tabs get full. By stopping to spell, we clear the buffer.
That makes sense. It's a breather.
But second, and more importantly, it reinforces the structure of the word. English is a tricky language. The way things sound is often not how they look.
Oh, don't get me started on English spelling. It's chaos.
Exactly. So when you visualize the letters A-U-T-O, you're engaging a different part of your brain than when you just hear the sound. You're connecting the visual cortex to the auditory cortex.
So it anchors the word. It makes it 3D.
Exactly. It turns a fleeting sound into a solid object in your mind.
And what about the repeating pauses? That 15-second silence? We did it a few times, and honestly, it felt incredibly long. I was sweating a little bit.
It feels like an eternity in audio time. Usually, editors cut every single breath out of a podcast to make it sound snappy.
Right, so why leave all that dead air in?
The notes explain that this creates a highly interactive experience.
How so?
If we just kept talking, you, the listener, would just be nodding along. You'd be in passive mode. You'd be thinking, I get it.
But you wouldn't be producing language.
No, you'd be watching the tennis match from the stands. But by forcing that silence, we create a vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum. The listener feels a psychological pressure to fill that silence.
So it basically tricks you into speaking.
In a way, yes. It gives you permission and space to speak without talking over the hosts. It transforms the podcast from a lecture into a drill.
I love that. It turns the listener from a passive audience member into an active participant.
Yeah.
They aren't just watching, they're playing.
Precisely. And language is a physical skill. You have to move your mouth.
And finally, the metaphors. The ghost driver, the dirty window, the GPS. Why are these so important? Why not just say habitual behavior instead of ghost driver?
Because abstract concepts are hard to remember. They're slippery. If I say lack of clarity, that's abstract. It doesn't stick.
If you say unconscious habitual behavior, I fall asleep.
Right. It's boring academic language. But if I say ghost driver, you wake up. You picture the ghost. You feel the fear.
It gives Mary and John and us something rich and interesting to talk about. It creates a scaffold for the language.
And memory works best with images. If you can attach the English word autopilot to the scary image of a ghost driving your car, you will never, ever forget what autopilot means. It creates a hook in your brain.
It sticks.
It sticks.
So the AI brother knows what he's doing.
He seems to. He's engineering the entire lesson to maximize retention.
Okay, we are coming toward the end of our deep dive, but we have one more crucial step. The source calls it the word tour.
This is the consolidation phase. We've learned a lot of concepts. Now we need to put them in a row and review them. Spaced repetition is the key to learning.
Let's run through them one last time. I'll give you the word, you give me the snapshot.
Ready?
Word number 1, blur.
Blur. Something not clear, like 2025 if you weren't paying attention. Or looking through that dirty window. It is the problem we are trying to solve.
And an example sentence. Without my glasses, everything is a blur.
Perfect usage.
Word number 2, autopilot.
Autopilot. Doing things without thinking. The ghost driver. It's the cause of the blur. It's what happens when you check your phone first thing in the morning.
Example sentence. I drove home on autopilot and don't remember the trip.
A classic and slightly dangerous example.
Phrase number 3, reaction mode.
Reaction mode. When you only respond to others, the video game where you're just dodging fireballs, the browser with too many pop-ups, it's the symptom of a life on autopilot.
Example sentence. I am tired of living in reaction mode.
Which implies you're ready to make a change.
And finally, word number 4, recalibrate.
Recalibrate. To adjust or fix your direction, like the GPS. It is the solution. It's the act of taking the steering wheel back.
Example sentence. I need to recalibrate my goals for this year.
And remember, and this is so crucial, you can recalibrate at any time. You can do it at noon. You can do it at 5:00 p.m. You don't have to wait for January 1st.
That is the most important takeaway for me personally. We put so much pressure on the new year. But really, every morning is a new year. Every hour is a new chance to recalibrate.
Absolutely. 2026, or whatever year you're in right now, is made up of days. And days are made up of moments. If you win the moments, you win the year.
The source material ends with a very encouraging message. 2026 is your turn to win.
I like that spirit. It's not about luck. It's about taking your turn, taking the wheel.
So here is our challenge to you listening right now. We want you to pick just one word from that word tour. Just one. Don't try to memorize the whole dictionary today.
Which one resonates with you today?
Is it blur? Is it autopilot? Reaction mode? Or is it recalibrate?
Pick that one word and focus on it. Keep it in your mind today. If it's recalibrate, look for moments to fix your path. If it's autopilot, just try to catch yourself when you zone out.
Awareness is the first step. If you catch the ghost driving, you've already won that moment. And we will leave you with this final thought, a provocative question from the source material. We asked it at the beginning, but now that you have the vocabulary, really think about it.
What made your 2025 feel like a blur?
Was it the phone? Was it stress? A lack of clear goals? Was it simply that you had too many tabs open?
You have to identify the root cause of the blur before you can clean the window. You have to know what kind of dirt is on the glass.
Think about that today. Identify your blur, and then get ready to recalibrate.
And get ready to find the villain in the next episode. I'm dying to know who it is.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I have my theories. But we'll have to wait and see. Thank you all for listening to this deep dive. We hope your day is a little less blurry.
And a little more chosen. Speak clearly. Choose your day.
We'll see you next time.
Goodbye, everyone.